Hey everyone, Captain Amazing here, and today I want to talk about when you should farm Jedi Master Kenobi. So let's jump into it. Jedi Master Kenobi is a phenomenal galactic legend. He really is a benchmark for what a great GL should be. He is amazing in every single game mode. He's a staple in Grand Arena, TW, TB, and any other game mode that he can interact in. Even Conquest, he just prints wins. He was the best GL for a very long time. Everything that has pretty much came out after JMK has callouts against JMK and Cat just because it's such a strong team. It has tons of survivability, natural ramping. Even without Datacrons, it is just a banger of a team, and the tags that it has with Jedi and Galactic Republic makes this character very flexible with who he can bring and what Datacrons that elevate the team. So when should you farm Jedi Master Kenobi? That is a difficult question to ask or to answer, but I am going to kind of make a case on when you should think about farming Jedi Master Kenobi. So let's go here. Let's go to our resources. So we have the requirements. So the requirement that makes JMK very difficult to get is Wat Tambor. Everything else you can farm, you can just, it's accelerated. It's not crazy amounts of Chirotech or Bronzium wiring, or the relics aren't crazy high or that expensive. It's Wat Tambor. Wat Tambor is a difficult character to farm because if you don't farm him in Dark Side TB and you skip it and go pretty much straight to ROTE, then you are going to have some trouble farming Wat, because the get 3 equivalent is about 2,000 some Chirotech. I think it's 2,300 some Chirotech to farm Wat Tambor with get 3, and that is prohibitively expensive. And if it was something like Cam, 100% before I said skip Cam, don't farm him, it's not worth it. Luckily we got a Lightspeed bundle for Cam, but Wat Tambor, if you miss the boat, then you still have to farm him because you need him to get JMK, but it takes a long time to get that get 3 as well. So not only is it expensive, it takes a long time, and it's really going to hurt your Chirotech income. But that is the first requirement. Do you even have Wat? Are you gonna get Wat soon? And if you're thinking about doing a JMK rush and you're nowhere close to farming Wat, then you need to farm something else until you are close, if not have Wat unlocked, because he has to be relic 7, which means you need all 7 stars, 330 shards. So if Wat is the biggest bottleneck for the farm, but once you have access to Wat, then the farm becomes possible. Next, let's say you did a dark side TB early game. You guys were getting baller Wat shards like 40 plus 50, and you have Wat Tambor at 7 stars, and you're like, yes, I'm ready to farm JMK. Well, hold on, there's some other things. Commander Ahsoka Tano, do you have her? Do you have access to Proving Grounds? Do you have all her shards? Because JMK, while phenomenal as a team, Commander Ahsoka Tano is what elevates the team. And if anything, the saying goes like, Cat doesn't elevate JMK, JMK elevates Cat, because she is a amazing character. She is ridiculously strong. She has her Force Sleep, which is a insta kill. She ramps, she gives everyone 50% offense, critical damage, and health, defense. It's all ridiculously strong as a character, an amazing character. But is that enough to say, okay, well, I have Wat, I have access to Cat, should you go straight for JMK? Arguably, I would say hold your horses. If your horses are held, then there's some things that you have to farm first. So not only these guys, we'll go into that in a second, but the first thing that you should farm is, do you have a GL level ship? Because while JMK is great, he's not going to give you additional resources. When you unlock JMK, what is he going to give you? Maybe you could do CT3 with Jedi, but it's very difficult and much easier just to knock it out with Jedi Knight Luke for their assault battle. So what more income does he give you? Well, if you have Cat, you can put him on that bottom front wall in Grand Arena and it'll print you wins. Yes, more than likely. For a very long time, people just don't have the capacity to beat a JMK. But what else do you need? You need income. You need more resources. And the easiest resource to crystal wise is Fleet Arena in the early game. So you need to have in your access to #1 in Fleet Arena. If you can get #1 in Fleet Arena, you are going to have an amazing amount of resources and crystals. It's going to turbocharge your account. It's going to give you an additional 400 crystals a day. That's insane. It's not until you're in Kyber that you start getting more crystals overall for the month. So the easiest way to get crystals in the early game, or even mid or late, like I'm late game, I still get 400 crystals a day. It isn't a lot of crystals. It's a good amount of resources that you can have every single day. So Fleet Arena should be your #1 priority. Getting that GL fleet, maintaining first and maintaining that lead as long as you can is the most important thing. JMK, while he is going to help your fleets as far as he's going to get your malevolence and your negotiator at the relics that are appropriate for what's expected in Kyber. So relic 7 for Grievous, relic 8 for General Kenobi, and that's going to make your negotiator and malevolence uses kind of what they're expected to do, because most people have them at these relic levels and RNG is going to be more favorable when you use them. But is that going to help you in Fleet Arena? Probably not. Malevolence and Negotiator, while good, aren't exactly the best in Fleet Arena. You want an Executor, a Profundity, a Leviathan, even Chimera if you have Scythe and the TIE Interceptor and the TIE Defender. Or even a Negotiator with Marauder, but that's pretty expensive for the early game as well. But all things said, you do need the GL level first, GL level ship first, which I would recommend probably Executor, if not Profundity. Any one of those two are fine, but you need one of them before you go into JMK. Next, let's look at what else you should probably have. So these guys provide an excellent amount of resources. Jabba's going to give you Smuggler's Run 2. He's also an amazing GL in every single game mode. The difference is, would I rather have like raw power in Grand Arena, Jabba or JMK? Arguably, probably JMK has the advantage over Jabba in just sheer performance and power of the team. But Jabba is going to give you Smuggler's Run 2, which is going to elevate your entire account, because that is going to completely change the mod development game in your account, and it's going to give you more resources, more micro attenuators, more slicing materials, more 6-dot mods, more potential to hit plus 25 speed mods. Jabba is going to change the game, and once you have them unlocked and you start getting that Smuggler's Run 2 income, you're going to see that farming mods and getting plus 25 mods weekly is very approachable. So I highly recommend unlocking Jabba and going for that farm before you go for JMK. Next, we have the Poncho Bros. The Poncho Bros, you don't have to take them all the way to R9. I would say R7 minimum, but if you have the Poncho Bros at R7 or even R9, it just prints R9 materials. It gives you just every month you're going to get free free material that's going to give you additional R9s. There's no other farm in the game right now where if you take them to R9, it's going to give you more R9 material. You can only get that through TW or buying it a limited amount through crystals. So this is a huge advantage for your account to produce more R9s in the long run. Additionally, you can refresh the node, and not only that, it's going to fix your credit problems. You're not going to have to even spend Mark 1 currency to buy credits if you have these guys. You still can if you want to, and you just want to purchase more mods or whatever or if you're still leveling up a ton of characters, then yeah, this is going to provide a ton of credits, but you can get, without any refreshes, 21 million credits a month. On average, the credit heist gives you about 5 million credits a month. That's a huge difference. The difference between the two is insane. So Duel of the Fates, way more important in my opinion compared to JMK. And the team, if you have Queen Amidala, is very, very strong. So I would say before you can farm JMK, you need that GL level ship, anyone, as long as it's competitive for your shard and you're able to get top 5 fleet placement, preferably first. You have Jabba, you have the Poncho Bros, and then as requirements you have Watt and then Cat, so that JMK can perform, because JMK without Cat is just not going to perform. And if you meet all those criteria, then that's the perfect time for you to farm JMK if you want. Just make sure as you're doing these farms that you have here for Jabba, the Poncho Bros, whatever your GL level ship, that you're mixing in assault battles so that you're increasing your overall resources that you get into the game with assault battles, and you're farming your big farms at the same time. And if you do all that, then you'll be in a good place. You'll be ready for JMK 100%. And that's just the minimum requirements. You don't have to go and unlock JMK if you have Jabba, if you have Watt, if you have Cat, you have the Poncho Bros. That doesn't mean, oh, I guess I'm a farm JMK right now. That's not the case. It's just if you want to farm JMK, that's the minimum requirements. But anytime after that, if you unlock JMK, he's going to elevate your roster and it's going to be an excellent farm. So that's all I have to say about this. Let me know in your opinion when you should farm JMK, if you have a different opinion than mine. Otherwise, thanks for watching and take care. I'll see you next time.